What's up? What's cracking? For the listing agent to even get themselves in a predicament right now where they're creating tension or they're creating mistrust or doing any of the things that are not in the best interest of their seller, their listing agent is putting themselves in a potential lawsuit. And so I would be very, very strong about your verbiage and saying, look, I appreciate you not understanding my exit strategies, but let me assure you, they're none of your business. At this point, I have a directive to either purchase the property, as the contract states, I may assign the property, or I may decide to fix and flip the property. Whatever my exit strategy is really isn't your concern. At this point, you are obligated to grant me access to these units so that I can do my due diligence. And if you don't do that, you will be in breach of contract. And I will seek every remedy available to me to pursue you for this breach, and leave it at that. They will understand that it's not acceptable for them to take this position. The real estate agent just isn't knowledgeable of how business is done or how business in the investing world is done, especially in commercial real estate. Assignments happen all the time. Assignments are as prevalent in commercial real estate or multifamily real estate as regular closings. And so I imagine this agent is very new, very green, but they're going to learn today. You can pepper in more, positivity and joyful words through what I just gave you, but let it be known that you understand your rights, you understand their obligations, and you understand what exit strategies that you are best for you and your business. And so in any event, that's not their concern. Their concern at this point is getting through the inspection process. And you have every right to cloud the title because they didn't give you access through the inspection. I mean, they're really opening themselves up to a can of worms by kicking up a fuss. Let me give you a quick backstory. I once had a property under contract that was owned by a federal judge. And I put the property under contract, and then I proceeded to wholesale the property. And the judge lost his shit. Excuse my language. He flipped out. He had no, because I ended up actually wholesaling the house and turning a $50,000 profit. And so he was extremely, extremely irritated and upset about the fact that the house was being wholesaled and he didn't understand it. Again, not his business. But when it came time to having a conversation between him and I, and we got on a call together, I explained to him his contractual obligations, and I explained to him how my exit strategies are not his business. And when he read the contract and he realized that that's the case, the property closed, I got my check, he sold his house for the price he had agreed to sell his house for, and we all went on our merry way. So, and this was a federal judge, right? And so I didn't back down from that conversation because, again, I knew my rights and I knew the business model and I understand it. Now, is it difficult and hard on us sometimes when we have people give us opposition or people say to us or make us feel like, man, what you're doing is dirty or what you're doing is wrong? Again, here's where the responsibility or here's where the issue is. The listing agent is all up in a fuss right now because if you're successful in being able to assign the property, what did the listing agent not do for the seller? Get them top dollar. And so is this about having egg on the face or is this about what's best for your client? And I would be just as questioning to that motive as well. And I would put that all on paper. I would put that all on paper and let it all sit in the ether so that people can understand that not only are you aware of your rights, not only are you aware of your responsibilities and their responsibilities, but you're also very aware of the motivation of why this person is behaving this way when there really isn't any necessary reason for them to do that. So take a strong position, but be kind and be compassionate in it as well. Let's never forget our humanity and who we are, and know that this listing agent is still our brother or sister. I don't know who, what the pronoun or whatnot, but we know that this person is still a member of the human family, and we love them. And they're just in ignorance. They're just in ignorance of what this business is. And because of that ignorance, they're reacting in fear. And that fear is the way that it's being presented. But it doesn't make anybody a bad person, or it doesn't make anybody suck. But what we can do is we can educate people, and we can illumine them to how knowledgeable we are about business, and how we can take exit strategies, and how we make our money. And so we can just carry on in that vibe.